The level of snowboarding is definitely at a place where it starts to be really scary sometimes. The expectations, especially for this video part, are extremely high.
Now who keeps it poppin' from the moment that they came in? Ice on the ring with them gold chains dangling. One on my left side, another on my right side. One got a Cosmo, one got a Mai Tai. I got a Moto, you got a Zero. Drink on E with no more dinero.
Welcome everybody to the world of X Games Real Snow 2020. I'm your host Jack MITRANI, and I hope you're equally as excited to enter the world of street snowboarding the way that snowboarders see it in the most gnarly video competition we call Real Snow. 5 of the best snowboarders in the world paired up with a filmer of their choice and challenged with the task of putting together a 90-second video part for a cash prize and, of course, the most prestigious medal in the action sports universe, X Games Gold. So now that you know what Real Snow is all about, let me introduce you to the most highly respected panel of judges. BODE MERRILL, who's won this event in the past. Jesse Paul, he's got a bronze in Real Snow. Eddie Wall, one of the most iconic, legendary snowboarders. Now that you know who the judges are, it's time to meet the riders and the filmers, and what better way to have them introduce themselves.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse Augustinus.
My name is Stefano Bergamaschi. I come from Italy, Milan.
Hello, my name is Rene, Rinnekangas. I'm 20 years old and I'm a snowboarder.
My name is ANTON, KIISKI, and I'm a filmmaker.
Hi, I'm McMorris. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan.
My name is Marcus Skin. I'm from Australia and I'm a snowboard filmmaker.
My name is Mark Wilson. I was born in Hawaii.
My name is Seamus Foster. I film snowboarding because it's super fun.
I'm Zak Hale. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Big Bear, California, and I'm a professional snowboarder.
Hi, my name's Justin Meyer, and I've been making snowboard movies for about 15 years now.
Now that you've met the judges, the riders, the filmers, it's time to get the show started with our first combo, Craig McMorris and his filmer Marcus Skin. So funny, so talented on his snowboard. He got bronze in the event last year. You know he's coming in hot. So let's get into the show.
The one thing about snowboarding that I love the most, that is an insanely hard question to answer. I love it all. It's all so fun. It's the stupidest thing in the world. You ride a piece of wood down a hill. That's why it's the most enjoyable, and that's why I've dedicated my life to it and put my body on the line and want to do it every single day. And when I'm hurt and I can't do it, it sucks. And when I can do it, it's the best. So last year, Marcus and I got bronze behind Frank Bourgeois and Anton Chamberlain, and to be in that company on that list is really, really gnarly, and I was super happy with the bronze medal. I knew I got bronze, but Marcus didn't know that we got on the podium. I just threw him this box that had his name on it. To see his reaction and the pitch of his voice was probably one of the highlights of my season last year.
Back for second year of Real Snow with Craig, and definitely a bit more prepared this year. Last year going in, we didn't really know what to expect. Shooting that early in the year is always hard, but now we got a bit more of a handle on it, so hopefully we go good this year.
I love hanging out with Marcus Skin. He is the hardest worker. He's the one who's going to move the most amount of snow. He's the one who's going to stand out the cold the longest. He's going to put himself in the most dangerous situation to get the best clip possible. If I'm going to work this hard, I want my filmer to work that hard, and Marcus Skin works harder than I do, so I mean, that's a W right there.
I love shooting with Craig because he's so easygoing and it's always fun. It's never like too stressed out.
Blue Seal.
The start of Real Snow this year was really challenging. On the second spot I hit, I broke my ribs pretty bad.
We had this like funky looking kink rail that we thought we could hit, but we thought we could step it up because we really want to get the gold this year. So we thought Craig could jump over this fence into the kink rail instead of just riding it normally. And it turned out to be a real bad idea. Craig just got shot off straight onto the stairs, broke his ribs, and that sort of ended our December shoot.
And the very next day, Anto was hitting his first spot of the year. He took an awkward fall and he really, really hurt his leg. With my broken ribs and his leg injury, it was not looking good for our squad at all.
That sort of put us out for like a whole month. So we only just started filming again and it's mid-January with only a few weeks left. So hopes are high, but it's definitely tough. A lot of nerves and a lot of pressure going into like this last month.
Round 2, we're back, we're filming again, and we went back to the place we were in December because we did a lot of scouting and we did a couple pre-builds, so we got some stuff dialed and hopefully we're going to be able to make those things happen.
This is the van. That's what we got going on. Marcus, what do we have, buddy? Gotta open it up.
Everything you ever need ever for a street trip. We've got rope. You always need rope.
When it's super cold outside, the jump, when you're making a jump, like it's just all sugar, snow, you kind of melt it and then it freezes really quick, solidifies. That's how you make instant concrete.
You can do anything you want where your hive is. So where hive is, you can go on any roof, knock down any rail, shovel anything. So these are like the immunity card.
We got the bungee here, right, buddy? We left the water in there, which is really dumb. So Marcus is probably gonna put that in his drinks tonight. Hella push shovels. We have our snowboard racks up there.
Big winch.
We have a kaleidoscope ladder. This is all Anto stuff, by the way. This is not even our stuff. Poor Anto got hurt, and he's very kind and let us use all his stuff. This is a little bit maybe overkill, but you need it all just in case.
You only have 3 months to film a part. You don't really get any days off. It's either you're shoveling or you're riding or you're hurt.
The switch 50-50, I tried one day for maybe an hour.
Massive like kink rail. Inside's all cheese grater stairs, so if you fall on the inside, you're done.
So we went back and tried it another day for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, battle on a few more hours, and then he got it down the bottom clean, didn't fall on the stairs once, and it was probably one of the craziest things I've seen.
Riding away from that feeling cannot be described. That's exactly why we do all this. That's why we film it. That's why we do this contest even.
Doing real snow is definitely one of the highlights of my season. It's the biggest film comp there is out there, so there's a lot of pressure, all eyes are on it. So pretty much all my effort and thought for the year goes into this. Definitely it's all about making Craig look good and making the spots look gnarly so we can hopefully get that medal.
This year for Real Snow, I was just trying to survive. I was scratching and clawing my way through this. At the start of the year, no snow. Second spot, break my rib, have to take a full month off. I worked really hard. I tried to be innovative. I tried to do gnarly stuff. I tried to do creative stuff. I tried to make it look good. I want to win super badly, but just getting invited is the craziest thing in the world. That's the honor. That's the win right there. I'm Craig McMorris, and this is my Real Snow.
First part coming out with a bang right there, Craig McMorris. What'd you guys think?
His ender, that was one of the gnarliest things I've seen in a long time. Switch 50-50 through a triple kink, cheese grater stairs, drop on one side, very gnarly.
Yeah, and really had a great variety of tricks. He had the flips, he got on a roof, he was doing switch tricks, 1 foot lines, like he really did it all.
Definitely the line with the rock crippler into the kink rail. Love the up and down flow of that one. Really cool. Good variety, like this part.
There you have it, first of 5 parts. That one just sets the bar super high. Can it get better? We'll find out after this short break with Zak Hale and Justin Meyer. Welcome back, everybody, to World of X Games Real Snow 2020. It is now time to get into our next part featuring Zak Hale and Justin Meyer. But before we get into it, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about Zak?
Zak's a good friend of mine. Real energetic personality, always having fun, and it shows through his snowboarding.
Couldn't agree more. Let's check out his part.
I'm Zak Hale. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Big Bear, California, and I'm a professional snowboarder. I started snowboarding when I was 5 years old in Big Bear, California. I was that young kid at the mountain. I was always kind of around. And then Justin Meyer, the one who's filming my Real Snow, used to make these things called Sunday in the Parks. He's the one who started those, and that was kind of the first web series that snowboarding ever had.
While filming these web videos in Big Bear, I met this little kid with this big bulbous helmet. His name was Zak Hale. His parents would just drop him off at the resort, and me and all my friends would be around, and you know, there he is, this little kid, and he would just come tag along, ride the chair with us. And then before you know it, he was, you know, in the mix and filming with us. every day for these weekly web videos.
That was awesome.
Fast forward 15 years later.
You gonna do some bottle cannon? I don't know, I just want to see how it looks. I like to keep everything handheld and kind of give it the feel of, you know, that you're there, and more of the focus is on the trick than it is the cinematography.
Justin Meyer is one of snowboarding's biggest filmers. He's made every single Videograss movie. He's making this project for me.
His approach to street snowboarding is, you know, it's a lot of what I saw when he was a little kid at Big Bear, and he's real collected. When he does something, it's done properly, and you know, he'll keep going until he gets it just right. First spot we come to is this massive 3 kink. It's like down, flat, down, and Zach decides he wants to backlip it, which is a pretty tall order for first spot of the year. He got into it, and this is, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours later. We're looking at the sun drop. Nothing matters at that moment other than getting the trick. Sure enough, finally, after, you know, 5 or 6 hour battle, he finally gets to the end of it. I think what keeps me excited and keeps me going and keep wanting to make movies and film videos and make edits is, you know, just the thrill of the hunt and getting the clip. It never gets old, that feeling.
Bunch of grown men playing in the snow out here. Okay, I'm gonna get this thing good to go. All right, I'll get up there real quick and go and just hit it. I just don't want to fall off the other side.
Going into real snow, you know you have to put together your best 90-second segment you can. It's definitely a little stressful and scary because every spot is big and gnarly and you want to do your best. I mean, usually when you film this type of stuff, you kind of warm up into it, but with the real snow timeline being, you know, 3 months, you kind of have to go for it right out of the gate.
Right to the butt cheeks.
Little pant blowout.
I'm never terrified because I don't really do things that I know that I can't do. I always kind of look at things, analyze it, make sure that I'm comfortable with it, because going into stuff not 100%, that's how you get hurt.
You know, I'm pretty confident in Zach's confidence. Like, if he knows he's got something, then I'm not gonna second guess it. We go to this roof to rail, which is pretty classic real snow style. You know, there's no warming up, kind of has to just dive right into it. First go, he goes off this thing, slips, and just took it to his shoulder and his stomach and just kind of got pretty wrecked. It looked so bad that we're like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna be out for a while, but he kind of got right back up, and 10 minutes later got the clip.
I just enjoy the freedom of it. I don't like, you know, having someone telling me when I have to drop into a contest or telling me how to do something the way they think I should do it. And that's what's cool about filming a video part is you can do it however you want, and you have the freedom to do that. So it's kind of all on your shoulders, and it's kind of your creativity to show people. It definitely means a lot to me to have the opportunity to try to put together the best video segment that I can.
I think what's unique about snowboarding in the city is you can find a spot that may not be possible on a skateboard or on something else, but you have this snow. You can sculpt whatever and make things possible, and features that aren't rideable.
Yeah, Zach, I think a little more, just like probably on this side would be good.
That'd be really funny if you actually touched a shovel tonight.
I can't risk injuring my fingers, Zach.
Don't worry, guys, I got this. Got all of it.
I think we're playing with fire now.
Sick. Thanks, guys.
I go into these type of things wanting to just do my best, and that's the feeling that I want to give to people, is I want people to watch it and know that I gave it 100%. I want to thank Justin Meyer for sticking this one out with me. Big thank you to him for putting up with me from the time I was 12 years old filming Bear Mountain until 27 now, and still filming street snowboarding with the same person. It's cool to have people like that behind you.
I just want to thank Zach for giving me a shot and bringing it full circle and bring me back in to film with him again. It's just real cool to have known Zach for so long, and it's just exciting to see how much he's come along.
I'm Zak Hale, and this is my real snow.
Lands on the flat.
Yeah,
right
it doesn't
there.
even hit the down.
So sick.
That was one of my favorite parts. I mean, honestly, like I literally had chills the first time I saw that.
The tap 270 was such a good way for us to be like, you know, you see it and you're like, oh, he's really doing it. Like, this is a real snow part.
That backside nose press, when they show it from the other angle with the brick, I mean, he's probably 60 feet off of the ground.
Yeah, that part was so well-rounded. Zach hits roofs, he's got gap to rails, he's got new stuff, he's got the super tech stuff, the lines. I had a little bit of everything and I loved it.
All positive things to say about Zak Hale. We got another amazing part after the break with Mark Wilson and Seamus Foster. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to World of X Games Real Snow 2020. I'm your host, Jack MITRANI, sandwiched in between the most legendary panel of judges, with our next part queued up with Mark Wilson and Seamus Foster.
Mark has been putting out solid video parts for a long time. He's a great boarder, really good style. And I know Seamus has been doing a lot of awesome stuff lately, a lot of creative little edits. So I'm really excited to see what these two have put together.
All right. Let's check it out.
My name's Mark Wilson. I was born in Hawaii and moved to Minnesota when I was 7. Started snowboarding when I was 8. There was a ski resort about 15 minutes from my parents' house called Giants Ridge. The terrain park had a ton of rails, and I'd be there with my friends every weekend and whenever I could midweek.
My name is Seamus Foster. I film snowboarding because it's super fun. Real snow has to be done when I could still consider it preseason. It's what I'm used to doing, but just more intense because of the looming deadline.
Seamus, he's got a good eye for filming and editing both.
I enjoy working with Mark because I feel like we have the same taste in snowboarding and snowboard videos and how stuff should look.
I haven't used a bungee or a winch in probably the last 3 years. It just feels good actually getting to ride your snowboard in and out of the spot instead of just being dragged into a feature on flat ground. It can be difficult because you have to go to the right city that has hills and a lot of snow to work with.
I don't like the shots where a guy's like, I like when he just hauls into the frame and you're like, whoa, there must have been a big hill up there or something. Wow.
Real snow to me is cool because it's just filming snowboarding with my friends like I normally would be doing, but it's just a new platform and it gets out to a wider audience that might otherwise not see that.
Makes a noise like that, you know he's actually starting to get mad. The most important thing in a video part, it's like a mix of everything, the song, showing some personality, and then obviously good tricks, filmed well.
I'm hyped. Filming for this is kind of a mix of it's super fun when you get it, but a ton of work goes into it.
We spend way more time shoveling than you do actually snowboarding. Probably half of each day we're out or more.
Took some leave today because my shoulders and arms are feeling it from all the shoveling.
A lot of times when you're setting up a spot, someone's not happy about it, so we just try to be as nice to them and explain that we're going to clean it up once we get what we came to get. We were hoping just, since it's closed today, to do a little snowboarding and then we'll
not a private property,
clean it up.
Then you go to the hospital and you sue, and then you can have.
We got 20 grand on the line if we win.
Man, can't do it here though.
This is just the story of snowboarding in the United States.
For whatever reason, like people have a bigger problem with it in the United States. I haven't been overseas much, but every time I go over there, people just don't really care. In the United States, people just care a lot.
Have to look at what we have and see if anything else is possible with the time today, but maybe do something at night otherwise. Normally on a trip, definitely just like bring a good amount of different outfits and just dry clothes because you end up getting pretty wet usually when you're snowboarding. Tuning kit because usually your board will get pretty chewed up and try to make it last as long as you can.
A lot of my inspiration, I guess, comes from old snowboard videos shot on film. I like shooting on Super 8 film because it just has this like very unique look to it. And the process of it is cool because you can't go back and look at what you filmed. You have to wait a couple weeks for the film to get processed.
We gotta like look at your list maybe?
Yeah, peep the list. Let's go there.
I don't want to change the way I would normally film just because it's the real snow thing. I like to see some big stuff, but I like to see, I don't know, things that are just filmed good and done with good style and more like the spot selection.
I guess I just really love to snowboard, so like in my videos I hope that after someone watches it that they want to go snowboard and try it. It'd be nice to win, but Mark and I are kind of just trying to do what we always want to do, and then hopefully that translates and people like it, and if not, that's okay.
Big thanks to Seamus for all his hard work and putting this whole thing together.
Thanks, Mark, for being a hog, doing good boarding, and looking forward to going on some more trips.
I'm Mark Wilson, and this is my real snow. I hope you rock with it.
Safe to say I'm a Mark Wilson fan. What'd you guys think?
Yeah, that was awesome. He's so smooth. The edit was amazing. Like, definitely impressed me.
That opening clip was super banger, just out of that kind of tower window and then going down into that huge gap out to, 50-50, mind-blowing.
So smooth, so in control. Seamus also killed it with the video. That was one of my favorite videos. The edit was incredible, like the song. All around good part.
Thank you, judges, for your thoughts. Couldn't agree more. Mark Wilson killed it, and we have more to come after this break with who other than Jesse Augustinus and his filmer, Stefano Bergamaschi. Welcome back, everybody, to X Games Real Snow 2020. It is now time to get into our next segment with Jesse Augustinus and Stefano Bergamaschi. What can you guys tell me about Jesse?
He actually rides at an indoor resort. You can just see it in his riding. His board control on rails is just, unmatchable.
I couldn't agree more. Let's check out his part.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse Augustinus. I'm from Brunsum in the south of the Netherlands. I started snowboarding when I was about 7 years old in Austria, and that was just on a winter holiday with my parents. And I enjoyed it so much. My parents bought me a snowboard for Christmas and like a year ticket to the indoor slope for my birthday. It's a big indoor park about 15 minutes away from my house. I could go there any time of the day I want, any day of the year I want to. So I would always go there like after school in the evening for a couple hours, and I never really had any distractions. I never really did anything else but snowboarding, so I think that helped a lot. I still ride there about 5 times a week to this day. Real snow to me is a pretty big deal growing up. Once the parts came out, I was like clamped to my computer, like hitting refresh for it to drop. And now to be part of it, it's a big honor. You're following the steps of some greats that came before you. It's just kind of a creative outlet. You just go anywhere where there's snow and you just find your own stuff. Instead of going to the mountains where something's prepared for you, your imagination is pretty much the only limitation. I enjoy just being with a cameraman and just focusing on one trick.
Jesse is one of the most focused athletes that I ever met. He literally spent 99% of his days thinking about tricks. I think he totally deserves this spot in this competition.
I chose Stefano because I worked with him last year and he was very motivated, just as motivated as I was for a change.
Jesse's has an incredible style. He can do extremely technical tricks, but in a proper way. And I love that. I love to check the clips and see that the trick is just perfect. No, perfect and beautiful. Filming snowboarding is not easy. The riders keep trying the trick for hours and they actually land once. You have to film that trick in the perfect way, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. If you fail once, they kill you.
It's such a joint project. You're really doing this together, so we usually discuss spots, tricks, music, and way of editing.
You don't have a lot of time, so you have to find spots before. So we spent the whole summer looking for spots on Google Maps.
For me, it's just trying to take as much time as you can trying to film this part. We really tried to start as soon as there was snow.
8th of January, we are in the middle of Finland. Yesterday we found a really nice spot.
It was really cool how it was like in front of a swimming pool, and we set it all up, it looked good. We went there the morning after and it was just pouring rain.
The snow was really wet and slow, so we had to quit. And now we're looking for another place to go.
We drove up and down north, south of Finland, and yeah, we're just trying to find the best place with the most snow. So it was a bit tough in the beginning, but it's finally getting a little bit better, and we're starting to get into the flow a little bit now, so our hopes are up and we're trying to stay positive. I thought he was gonna kick us. Instead he offered us to help build a landing. He did just so. Feature selection in real snow is super important, I think. A spot has to fit to a person. It's kind of like an expression, so if everybody would ride the same type of rails, I wouldn't be able to like see anybody's personality.
The style of Jesse is really new school, so I try to film him in a new school way. I try to use my zoom a lot. I stay super close to the rider. So I never use the tripod because it doesn't allow me to move as quick as him.
Stefano, he's doing good.
This is one of the worst winter ever.
Gotta calm him down sometimes. He's Italian, so I understand.
It's too warm everywhere.
This one's pasta. Hold it. The biggest goal is to stay relevant. The only way to do that is by improving. So either finding new creative spots, doing better tricks, or going bigger. Any way you want to do it, progression is progression. What gets me most stoked about snowboarding is just being out in the street, trying to find something new, getting the clip, and just being super satisfied with the day, and then being super satisfied with your video part after. And I don't know, that satisfaction lasts for about a week, and then you want to start over again. So one of the most rewarding things about filming a video part is that it's going to last forever. I still watch video parts that are older than 10 years, so that's what I hope to accomplish with my video parts. Something that is still being watched a decade from now.
I'm extremely proud to be involved in this amazing project, and I hope you like it.
Everybody's super good that's doing this contest, obviously, so I wish them the best, and we'll see what happens, right? Comes out with the best part. My name is Jesse Augustinus, and this is my 2020 Real Snow part.
What do you guys think?
His rail riding is so technical and smooth, it's insane to watch. He's one of the techest guys like in real snow for sure, and probably the world.
The way that he does those technical tricks, that would be so hard, but it looks so easy when he's doing it. It's just super impressive.
The backside 180 to switch press to 180 out, to me, that's like one of the most impressive tricks you can do on a snowboard.
We can all agree that part was insane, and we have more amazing real snow parts to come after the break with Rene Rinnekangas and Anton KIISKI. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to X Games Real Snow 2020. It is now time to witness our final part before we get into the judging and find out who's going to win this contest with the ever so creative wild child, Rene Rinnekangas, and his filmer, Anton KIISKI. What can you guys tell me about Rene?
He's so multi-talented. I mean, he was filming this part while he was doing all the contests. Like, that in itself is super impressive.
Even if he doesn't win the contest, he's standing at the bottom cheering everybody else on, and I think that's just what snowboarding is all about, and I can't wait to watch his part. Here it is.
Hello, my name is Rene Rinnekangas. I'm 20 years old and I'm a snowboarder. I come from a small town in Finland and we don't have any big mountains in Finland, so we can really just go out there and film big jumps. That's why like street snowboarding is pretty close to Finnish riders. If you're thinking about filming, then we just film streets. So the story behind all this is my brother started filming with the guys who asked me to come ride some streets and try to film a video part when I was around like 11 or 12 years old. So we call this crew Stunt Team.
Oh yeah, the stunt team. It contains Rene, the athlete, the star.
Jesse Casanova. He's a true Casanova.
And then there is Mr. Brown.
Boys sometimes call me Mr. Brown, and I'm a photographer.
He has the stunt car, which is the classic Volkswagen Transporter, and there's all the winches and lights and everything what we need.
We've been filming a lot together over the years. It's really great to see the progress that both of them have been doing. Rene in snowboarding and Anton in filming. I'm really proud of you both.
It means a lot to me to be filming with the same crew still. It comes from the heart, so that's the thing why it works, and I would never change the team. We are trying to film the best snowboarding what we can and have fun at the same time.
Rene is like a guy who can give like full focus on everything that he wants to do, and he has so big energy to give to things he loves, so that's amazing.
I just love snowboarding. I love it, I don't care. I love it, you know I love it.
Rene is one of the best humans I know, for sure.
Look at this. Yeah. The dolly movement with your body, that's Jesse's Casanova signature move. Just keep your upper body straight, stiff, and then only the lower body, your legs, your hips, that makes the move. Kids, remember to use helmet.
I've always been watching those real snow videos from all the super rock star riders from all over the place, and always kind of been dreaming about being part of it, and now it's happening, so it means a lot to me to be part of this project, so thank you. I've always been a big fan of those riders who can ride everything. I'm trying to snowboard in that way, doing contest and riding powder and street at the same time, so I think that's good snowboarding. It's an honor to me to get invited for the X Games Aspen contest and then for the real snow, because I want to do all kind of snowboarding and don't want to miss anything cool. Broke my ankle in October this season, and I wasn't sure if I'm able to film for this project anymore, and had to take like 2 months break. When we started filming for this project, it was pretty painful for sure, and I couldn't snowboard that many hours per day.
I was like, is this going to work at all, this whole project, because the ankle was hurting so bad. After a couple of weeks of filming, the ankle started to work better and we started to stack more footage.
You are doing some rookie mistakes sometimes, and that's snowboarding. We had that pretty big spot to the wall ride onto the container, but we were not sure if I have enough speed I think I had way too much speed. I landed over the container straight to my chest and hurt my lungs a little bit. I had some inside bleeding over there and had to spend one night in hospital New Year's Eve, and we woke up, that was like Rene 2.0, still alive.
You can't give no place for fear if you're in the world of extreme.
I'm on my way home, sweet home.
Hopefully someone gets inspired by what I'm doing and I could say to myself that I've done something right in life.
I'm doing this with my best friends. This is kind of dream to come true, that we have come so far. Thank you, Rene and Mr. Brown. I'm really excited about it, to show the world what we can do.
Thank you, stunt team. Thank you, XGames. This is it. Thank you, snowboarding. Much love.
Hello, my name is Rene Rinnekangas and this is my real snow.
Double Miller flip.
Yeah. That was...
Wow. It was the first double Miller flip in the streets. And the way he did it on that tanker and then just flew like so far afterwards.
I really like the filming and the editing and the color and just the
music, the
whole
song,
package.
The song really well.
Creative spots, hard tricks, new tricks. He really tried to find unique features that nobody else was looking at.
His creative approach to everything is just so fun to watch. I'm so glad he was in the contest to see that side of his snowboarding. We're gonna cut to break, but when we get back, we go a little bit further and dissect each one of these parts with the judges, and we reveal who won Real Snow 2020. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Snow 2020. I'm your host, Jack MITRANI, alongside the most legendary panel of judges, Andy Wall, Jesse Paul, BODE MERRILL, and it is now time to get into the judging. We got 5 different judging criteria from creativity, technicality of riding, the sheer gnarliness, the video editing and production value, and of course, overall impression. Use that pillar of judging criteria through each of the riders. Let's start with Jesse Augustinus.
By far, he had the most technical rail riding of anyone.
He can do almost every trick.
When he does something like a cab 180 to nose press to, frontside 180 out, those are the type of tricks that are just so difficult, usually way harder than doing some of these big stunts.
The back tail, pop over to regular into the bank, was I don't know, arguably one of the hardest tricks. And all his rail shots were incredible, except for maybe the front board pretzel and the kink rail. Might have come off a little early.
And the cab 2 onto the kink. He also was kind of drifting from 90 towards the end of it. Unfortunately, I think those might have taken off some points.
We talked a lot about the riding. What about the filming?
That first shot, I think, was done so well. How he jumps over the closeout and then he's on the rail and then the rail keeps getting longer and longer and longer and it builds that excitement, especially for the first shot in an edit.
I thought the song choice was pretty good. It was a nice kind of hip hop style. The editing and the production value was really good for the amount of time they had. As soon as I saw this part, I was stoked on it.
Something that really came through was how good his style was.
First impression was, this kid is incredible.
All right, let's move on to Zak Hale. Let's start with creativity.
The tail tap back 270 onto that down bar, I think is one of the better tricks that we've seen so far.
It stood out more than almost any other trick in the contest.
The double bank, like how you even find something like that, and then the way you hit it to do the back one to the bottom one, I thought that was super creative use of that feature.
The line of the two big kink rails, and he backlips the first one and then front boards the next one. It's very technical, and that can take hours.
A lot of the things that he did in this, he was spinning the same direction, either backside or switch front side. Would have liked to see a little more variety in that sense.
Probably the gnarliest snowboarding that I've seen Zak do. Backlipping a down, flat, down that's really long. Off the roof to front board, really impressive.
He definitely hit the biggest spots.
Meyer did an incredible job with that video, one of my favorites.
All of the lifestyle shots are all Super 8mm film. It keeps like a mellow consistency through the whole video.
I also really like the art direction with the color stripes on his name title, things like that.
Overall impression blew me away.
Overall, this was definitely one of the top ones.
Overall impression was very, very high.
All right. Next up, Craig McMorris.
First thought when it comes to creative use of terrain was the up the stairs to the crippler and then come back to do the, the down, flat, down. I thought that was really cool.
His ender, the triple kink, switch 50-50, that was super technical. The 1 foot Miller flip that he did was big, landed really well.
What about sheer gnarliness?
The opening shot when he did the hard way back one, that is a really gnarly trick because you're completely blind and that stair set was pretty skinny. And I also thought the board slide underflip thing, pretty gnarly to huck yourself like that off a rail. I thought they could have used some more cut shots on some of the tricks.
What about overall impression?
Rails were a little too small and his landings were a little too big.
To me, spots could have been a little bit bigger. He could have done some of the tricks a little smoother.
I think in the end, maybe that injury kind of took away a little bit of his gusto.
Well, to me, or to just kind of heat up in here a little bit after that one. Anyways, let's move on to our next contestant, Rene Rinnekangas.
I thought he had the best spots in all of the videos. He had rails, he had roofs, he had random cool looking architecture.
Every spot was something plus something. A rail to another rail, a rail to a wall ride. That's the gold standard.
Jesse, what do you think of the technical riding?
The backside Miller flip and then bringing it back to fakie. That is about as technical as it gets. Doing the nollie from the down rail to the down flat down out of a nose press. Like, you have to be so locked into that nose press to get the pop into the next rail.
Let's talk about his amplitude and sheer gnarliness.
His ending shot, double Miller flip, that's the first time that trick's ever been done in the streets.
Gotta talk about the goalpost. I mean, pole jam through that, you could have broken your legs on like 4 different bars.
Also, the foot slide was by far the biggest, sickest, most perfect one that I've seen.
The editing, the production value, all of that was done really well. For me, video parts have a lot to do with the music, and I really liked this song.
Overall, I was extremely impressed. Everything across the board was top-notch.
This is the kind of part you look for in modern street snowboarding.
Creative, technical, amplitude, production, it was all there for me.
All right, final rider, Mark Wilson.
The fact that he got 3 lines in a 90-second part was really creative use of terrain. It's kind of an ode to snowboarding, you're riding and you're getting natural speed.
He was pretty technical on a lot of those rails. The front blunt 270 and the down flat was really cool. The front board to 50-50 was perfect.
I thought his technicality really showed through in how squared up he was on every single rail.
I thought his ender was really sick because he's coming in, gapping onto a down flat rail at such an angle where he's smashing into the rail with a lot of force and then lock in perfectly to get to the end.
This was the most cohesive as far as the video production.
My favorite as far as production, editing, music.
It was like a stamp of like, hey, this is the kind of snowboarder that I am. This is my video.
He probably could have done a couple a little bit gnarlier things, but overall, like a core street part.
Very glad that I'm hosting and you guys are the judges because this is the hard part, but why don't you guys...
This is not gonna be easy.
This is not easy. So why don't you guys throw in your final numbers and let's see who comes out on top. Are you sure? Are you sure? That's it? That's all? Well, there you have it. The results have been sent in to the SPT headquarters. As soon as they're tabulated, it's my lucky day to go present the X Games Real Snow 2020 gold medal to who? Let's find out.
Okay, I have the results. Third place, X Games Real Snow 2020. Congratulations to Jesse Augustinus and Stefano Bergamaschi. Second place, Zak Hale and Justin Meyer. Congratulations. First place, it's a surprise not only for you guys, but for the winner himself. We're at his hotel. I have the gold medal. Let's go surprise him. This is gonna be the best reaction in history.
Welcome.
Congratulations on winning Real Snow!
What the? No way!
Yes, sir. Congratulations. Watch your face. In third, it was Jesse Augustinus. Yep, and Stefano Bergamaschi. And then second was Zak Hale and Justin Meyer.
Awesome. That's. Oh my God.
But you won it, man. Congrats.
No way. Thank you so much.
Real Snow Gold.
This means a lot.
Oh, that's going on the gram.
Feels amazing.
All right, let me go. Just normal mode. Ew.
Oh, I'm shaking. I'm just
so excited. That's a wrap from Real Snow 2020. Rene, Rinnekangas, Jak MITRANI signing off. Huge congrats to everybody that competed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Peace.